Hi everybody, this is the tutorial for The Bend. My name's Billy from Piano and Pies. Let's get stuck straight in. So we're in standard tuning for this song, and the introduction has a handful of chords, which begins with an E minor chord. E minor is an open E string, 2, 2 on the A and D string, and then 0 on the remaining strings. We'll talk about all the other chords in the introduction first, then we'll talk about strumming and structure afterwards. Chord number 2 is a D major chord, which is an open D string, 2 on the G, 3 on the B, and 2 on the high E. We won't play the top 2 strings for D major. 2 more chords. C major's next. And C major is a 3 on the A string, 2 on the D, an open G, 1 on the B, and an open E. We won't play the low E string for C major. And the last chord that we need is a G major for the introduction. 3 on the E, 2 on the A, 0, 0, 0 on the D, G and B, and then 3 on the high E. And if you play G major with your ring finger on fret 3 of the B string, that's absolutely fine. It's just 2 different voicings of the same chord. I'll be playing the one without. So what's going to happen is the introduction starts with 2 quick changes from E minor to D major. And what I'm doing is playing down, up for each chord. I then do the same for C to G. So up to now we have E minor to D, C to G. We then almost repeat ourselves, E minor to D and then a full bar of C. So I'm just going to play it through that first part of the introduction one time round so you can see how it all fits together. E minor to D, C to G, E minor to D, C. What you're going to do is take what you've just done and repeat it a second time to finish the introduction. We then get the first verse, that's when the vocal part comes in, and we literally take the same chords that we did for the introduction and play it 2 more times round. In fact, looking over to my notes, there is then a pre-chorus where we play it 2 more times round. So basically introduction 2 times round, first verse 2 times, pre-chorus 2 times. We then get to the chorus where things change quite a lot. There's some new chords and there's a new chord progression. So it's worth mentioning that if you want the chord chart for this song, which has the full set of chords with the full structure, as well as another sheet with the chords and the lyrics matched up, let's say you're singing along or playing along and you need to know which chord goes with which word, head on over to Patreon. I've got you covered. For the price of a coffee, you get access to not only this song, but to well over 500 songs of all the latest releases. So yeah, feel free to check that out in the link in the description. But let's delve in with the chorus. Now the chorus has a part where we sustain 2 chords. All I mean is, by sustaining, is we play the chord once and let it ring out. And the first chord of the chorus is B minor, which is going to be a bar chord, which is fret 2 on the A string, 4, 4 on the D and G, 3 on the B, and a 2 on the high E string, that's the barred finger taking over. And we play 1, 2, 3, 4, C major 2, 3, 4. Those 2 chords of the chorus are sustained. However, at that point in the third bar, we then start strumming. And if you've got the sheet that I've made over on Patreon, this is super easy to follow along. I've wrote it all out so you know exactly when to strum and when to sustain. But in that third bar, we have B minor again, back to C. So yeah, this chorus has B and then C, which are sustained, and then B and C that are strummed, but it continues to G major. We then go back to B minor and C 2 times round before going to E minor. It then continues to D major, before finishing with C major. Now I'm going to play through the full set of chords for that chorus so you can see how it all fits together, but yeah, there's an absolute ton of different parts, especially this part of the song, so yeah, it might be worth checking out that link over on Patreon. But here we go, here's the chorus. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. At that point we have a post-chorus, which is just the part that comes after a chorus, and it's just the same as what we do in the verse, where we have E minor, D, C, G, E minor, D, and C. In fact, looking over to my notes one more time, we have a second verse, pre-chorus, and chorus, which are literally the exact same as what we did at the start of the song. So just repeat yourself from there. A little bit later, we have a bridge section. Now, the bridge section is just the normal set of chords that we have for the verse. However, I'd highly recommend that you play a little bit lighter, and all that does is make a bit of differentiation when you're playing. Other than playing the same thing over and over, like this song basically does all the way through, it can get a little bit tedious playing that, and doesn't sound as interesting. So if you change your dynamics, your volume, then yes, it'll sound quite nice. And that just means with your plectrum, being a little bit lighter and changing your volume. We then get a final chorus, and then this chorus, if you thought the first two choruses were long, this is even longer. So I'm going to play it through once, but I'm going to shout out the chords as well, because there's an extra part at the end. So yeah, here we go. Really big chorus. We have B minor, which is sustained. Then we start strumming. So up to now, it's the same. In fact, we are still the same up to now. But here's where it changes. We go to D major, to C major. So it's basically the chorus with an extra 2 times of D and 2 times of C before we get to the very last part of the song, which I'm just labelling as a post-chorus on the sheet online, and that is just the same as the normal verse chords 2 times round. And there we go, that's to the end of the song. There's a lot of different parts going on there, so if you did find it useful, please do like and subscribe. I put in a lot of hard work to these videos, and consider getting the extra material over on Patreon, which is the link in the description below. However, I also want to say thanks to the people on the screen, so the people flying by, those are my active patrons. So the moment this video goes live, they will get access to that content straight away. So thanks to them for their support, thanks to you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.